This is a. Yani ki it will look something like this. That's it. This is the letter a. Vowel a. Done. Second one. Here you draw the short horizontal stroke inwards, ek, and the second one is a long vertical stroke downwards. So this will look like this. Aw. Aw. Next one. This was O. That one was aw. This is O. O. And you simply draw this with a short vertical line, okay, and a long horizontal line. So this looks like this. Now, right from here, I'll start categorizing these types of vowels into two. Did you notice how the first two जो हमने पढ़े, they were looking like they're standing up, खड़े से लग रहे थे वो, right? ये आ, or reason for this is simply because the vertical lines are longer, right? So ऐसे type के vowels को, even the ones that we will be seeing next, ones with a vertical line are called as standing vowels. They look like they're standing, right? And then there's a reason we will learn later why they are like segmented into these two sectors. And ye wala, they look like they're lying down, right? Ye wala and all, which have a longer horizontal line. Unko hum बुलाएंगे laying vowels. ठीक है? Laying vowels. So right from here, हम वो 8 vowels को divide कर देते हैं into standing vowels and laying vowels. Done? Now you all can tell me आगे जो हम देखते हैं वो वाला vowel standing vowel है या laying vowel है. Okay, ये समझ में आ गया. This is O. Next one. Okay, सबसे पहले, is this a standing vowel or a laying vowel? Yes, Chayan has answered. Laying vowel, that's right. It has a longer horizontal line. It's looking like it's lying down. It is a laying vowel. The sound of it was oo. Ooh, and you can simply draw this with one long horizontal line and a short vertical line. And अभी जैसे मैंने बोला था, this is just a calligraphic font, इसलिए ऐसे कुछ सुंदर दिखने के लिए draw किया. When you draw it with your hand, simply the vertical line can be in the center. It's fine. ठीक है? This is ooh. Ooh. It's a laying vowel. अगला देखते हैं. Just a long horizontal line. तो ये obviously एक laying vowel हुआ, right? And the sound of this is a. Done? Next one, this will be a standing vowel. See, one line, but that's a vertical line. Looks like it's standing up. It is a standing vowel. And the sound is E. E. Done? So ये थे 6. There are 2 more, and there's a reason why I've kept those 2 apart. बाद में सीखेंगे करके. That is because those last 2 जो हैं 8 में से, these are all basic vowels only. 8 के 8. They fall in the same category. But those last 2 are often confused for their sounds. ठीक है? And they also look a bit different than these. We'll see. But actually, उनके sounds अलग नहीं है. They are one and the same. So Korean में you will see vowels, you will see consonants, 2-3 which have the same sound, literally the same sound. And ऐसा होता है. Of course, different words के different spellings होते हैं. So you cannot use any vowel that you want. ठीक है? हर एक word की specific spelling होती है. But there will be vowels, there will be consonants, जिनके same sounds होते हैं. Done? So these last 2 vowels that we are learning have basically the same sound. Done? Both of them look different. Clearly they look different, but they have the same sound. That sound is A. A. This one. Done? A. Or you can remember A, B, C, D, A letter ka pronunciation. A. That is the sound of both of these. Done? In the spoken language, more or less they sound the same. Originally, they had a different pronunciation. Like this was A, this was a slightly longer A, but अब तो बात करते वक्त तेज बात करते हैं. So it does not matter. Both of them sound like A. Done? All right. Now I'll show you how to draw these, each of them. Sound is clear? A hai dono ka sound. Done? You couldn't understand this one, Archie. I said both of them have the sound A. A. क्या नहीं समझ में आया? The sound. Done? This is also A. This is also A. All right. Let's see how to draw them. इनमें थोड़े से clearly both of them are standing vowels. ये समझ में आ गया आप लोगों को? Standing vowels. They all have longer vertical lines. Now to draw them, they have slightly more number of strokes than the earlier ones. These are 3 strokes each. Ye wala will be drawn with 1 short stroke inwards, horizontal stroke inwards, a little bit longer stroke, but a vertical one, and a little more longer stroke. Isse bhi lamba. It's a little more longer than the second one, which is the third stroke. So this one, this pehla wala A looks like this. A. Done? No doubts? A. Second one, which kind of looks like a capital H, is actually differently drawn. A little long stroke, medium long bol sakte hain. Stroke. Then a short horizontal stroke inwards. And pehle wale se halka sa lamba long stroke, vertical stroke. So unlike that capital H, which has both strokes of the same size, this will be a little bit longer, like this, slightly longer. This is the second kind of A. Done? Any doubts? And ma'am, how we use these 2 vowels? Acha, wahi hai, Shweta, you cannot guess ki ek word ka yahi wala spelling hoga. Just like English mein, if I say the word the, a person who has not read ki the ka spelling hota hai THE, phonics se to nahi guess kar payega, right? It's the same in Korean. Har ek word ka ek spelling hota hai, and you have to learn that spelling. Done? So there are 2 vowels which have the same sound, lekin alag-alag words mein use hoga. And you can't. Done? Hope that's solved your doubt. So no doubts here so far. These were the 8 basic pure sound vowels jo hum bulate hain. Done? Like I said earlier before we started, this is the basic. Like iske aage aur vowels hain, but those you don't have to by heart. So isko ek aur baar revise kar lete hain. Tum log batao mujhe sounds kya hai. I'll just draw them. Chan, yes, you'll get the revision right now. We are revising it now. The first vowel we looked at is this one. Iska sound kya tha? Ah, correct. Ah. This one was ah. Then this one. What about this one? O. Correct. Well done. O. This one. O. Right. O. And the next one. Ooh. Right. Ooh. And then this one. Correct. And this one. E. E. Amazing. E. And फिर हमने 2 vowels देखे which had the same sound. One was this. One was this. Both of them sound like A. A. Done? ये होते हैं 8 basic वाले. इनमें भी something you have to remember is that these 5 are your standing vowels and the rest of them are laying vowels. Why we categorize them like that, wo pata chalega. Just remember standing vowels, laying vowels. Done? So moving on to the first set of diphthongs. Agar ye अच्छे से हो रखा है, if you remember the sounds, diphthongs are going to be really easy because there you don't have to by heart. You just have to remember the logic for them. Right away, looking at these, ye first set of diphthongs in. Can you see a pattern similar to the earlier ones? Right? But there is something extra here. Can you all point out what is the extra thing in each of them? Kuch similar pattern hai yahan pe. Right? Line. Yes, everybody is saying line. One more stroke, extra stroke. Correct? That's right. If you notice properly, each of them looks exactly the same as the earlier ones, except they have one extra short stroke. हर एक जगह पे the shortest stroke has been repeated one more time, right? So that will have something to do with their original sound as well. ठीक है, तो इनको पहले नाम बताती हूँ. This set is usually, like spoken language में हम लोग learners, we term it as Y sound vowels. Y sound vowels. That might sound weird in English because Y is not considered as a vowel. Or Hindi में भी Y is not considered as a vowel. In Korean it is. ठीक है? So get used to that. Korean में Y sounds are considered as vowel sounds. वो मत भूलना. So starting with the first one, ये logic है. Remember the original one. ठीक है? Removing that extra stroke. Try to remember which one this looks like. तो ये कौन से vowel की तरह दिख रहा है? Simple ones that we learned. इसके जैसे दिखता है. What was the sound of this? A.
A.
So what you do is when you add that extra short stroke, हमेशा the shortest stroke will be doubled. The extra short stroke is going to just add a Y sound to the beginning of the original sound. So ये क्या हो गया now? Ya. Ya.
Yeah.
That's it. The sound of this vowel is ya.
Yeah.
Ya. Done. Same logic से अगला वाला. What does this look similar to?
O.
O. This one, right? And we add a short extra stroke. And वो O के सामने हम क्या लगा देंगे? Y. So इसका sound हो जाएगा yaw. That was O. This will be yaw.
Yeah.
Just add a Y in the beginning. So वो yaw हो गया. That's it. Next one looks similar to this one, right? What was the sound of this?
O.
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 Simply add a Y in the beginning. और इसको कैसे पढ़ोगे? Yo.
Yo.
That's the logic. So हर जगह पे you don't have to by heart, right? You just have to remember कि Y लगाना है in the beginning and shortest stroke को double कर देना. So this is sounding like yo. And there are 6 of them. वो 6 कैसे याद रखना है? ये जो linear वाले थे, एक stroke वाले थे ना, E and A, उनको छोड़ के बाकी सारे 6 are there. They are doubled. उनके short strokes are doubled. E and A को छोड़ के. Done. So this is yo. Next one.
U.
Similar to this. Yeah, already you said sound. This looks like U. And U को हम लोग Y sound लगा देंगे. The sound of this one will be U. U.
U.
Yes. Alright, 1 second. Somebody is drawing on the screen. I'll share my screen again. Yeah. Alright. So that was U. Uske baad, next one looks similar to which one? What was the sound of this? A. A. तो इसको Y sound लगा देंगे beginning में. It will be
Ye.
ये. And just like हमने दो same sound वाले A देखे थे, these will be दो same sound वाले ये. Ye. Done. So this one also gets doubled. This one sounds like ye. Done. Any doubts? I'll read it one more time if anybody missed the pronunciation. बस ये वाला sound लगा देना in the beginning of the original sounds. So the first one was ya, ya, yaw, yaw, yo, yo, you, ye, same thing, ye. Done. ये थे हमारे first set of diphthongs. Any doubts here?
No.
Amazing. So moving on to the second set, and this will be the last set of diphthongs. ठीक है? इनमें in these diphthongs, ये around I think 7 of them are there. But this is a different set. Clearly, these look different to the Y sound vowels that we looked at, right? But ये भी diphthongs हैं. Diphthongs are nothing but your क्या बोलते हैं? Your complex vowels, we call it. simply because they have no new vowel in them. They are using the simple monophthongs that we used and making some other sounds out of them. Done. So these ones are called as double vowels. Double vowels. Done. Double vowels. Sai, okay, I'll try to use only English. I'm just so used to mixing the two languages. I'll try. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think you'll be still able to understand. I'm explaining the important parts here and you can see the sounds. All right. So the first one is a pair of two vowels. Inko double vowels. Why we are calling these as double vowels here, you can see, right? In each of them, you can notice there are two of the simple vowels that we learned, right? You can notice that or not? Now, this is where the part where I told you all about laying vowels and standing vowels comes into play. Okay. I told you all कि standing vowels and laying vowels may separate them out and learn them separately. The reason is because each one of them, now you can see, they are made up of one laying vowel and one standing vowel, right? If you all have forgotten, I'll just draw it over here. The standing vowels were A, O, O. No, what am I doing? I'm writing all the vowels. A, O, फिर क्या था? E, A, and the second type of A. These were the standing vowels. And the laying vowels we learned were O, U, A. These ones, right? Each one of the diphthongs that you can see, double vowels on the screen, are made up of one laying vowel and one standing vowel. So for these as well, just like the Y sound vowels, one logic you all have to remember. Okay? So the first one, for example, I'll take, it's formed of the laying vowel A and the standing vowel E, right? A dikh raha and E dikh raha. The vowel A and the vowel E. If you mix their sounds, like you read them together, just combine the sounds and read them together as fast as possible. What's the sound that you get? E, 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 E. At a point, it sounds like E. It's just that E. The sound is going to be E. Then this vowel will sound like E. There you go. This is the combination that you have to do for each of them. Just remember one thing, when you're trying to figure out the sounds, make sure that you're taking the laying vowel first. Okay? E plus A nahi karna hai. You want A plus E. Everywhere, take the laying vowel first, then the standing vowel sounds, combine them together, read it as fast as possible. In the matter of E, this first one, zyada change nahi hota, it doesn't change much. E, just remains E, right? You're just reading it faster. But for all the other ones, you'll see that they change very drastically. You'll see a very clear change for them. This one sounds like E. Done. Second one, let's just leave this one for a while because it's an exception. I'm thinking what is wrong with this one. But moving on to the other ones, which are just regular, and you'll be following the same rule that I gave you. Starting with the third one, which is the laying vowel that you can see here. Laying vowel. Only the laying vowel. This one, the sound of which is third one. We are on the third one. This one. O, O, right? And the standing vowel is this one, which sounds like A. So you're supposed to read O and A together, right? We want OA, OA, OA. But now see, you are going to read it so fast that the sound is going to change. मैं दिखाती हूँ this one. OA, 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 OA. If I read it so fast, at a point, do you start hearing the sound Va? है ना? Va you can start hearing. Now this vowel does not sound like OA, it sounds like Va. Done? That's why they are double vowels. That's why they are combined. In the case of E, no matter how fast you say it, E se aage nahi badhta. You don't get a W sound. Done? But OA mein, OA, 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 you say it really quickly, you start hearing Va. The sound of this combined vowel is va. Va. Again, you might think that W se chalu hone wala sound, it's a W, then that's not a vowel in English. But yeah, Koreans consider W too as a vowel. So only these, I promise, nothing more. Our vowels, all our vowel sounds, A, E, all those sounds, Y sounds and W sounds. Three kinds of sounds are considered as vowel sounds. Done? So this Va is a kind of double vowel. Done? Then the next one is, y'all try this time. What is the laying vowel? Same pattern. Yes, O and A ka combination hai, right? This and this is getting combined. O and A are the sounds. What is the final sound that you get? Not OA. Read it more fast, more quicker. Yes, Savita got it. It'll be way. See, you look for a W sound. This is the trick. That E one, no matter how fast you read it, it won't get like more modified kind of. But for these and any other double vowels, you're going to see a clear modification in it. Okay? जो W से चालू होगा, the sounds are going to be starting from W. So the third one was wa. This one is way. देखो O A. O A. Oe, 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 oe. Do you start hearing the sound way? That is the sound of this vowel. Way. Way. Done? Way is the sound of this vowel. Now coming to that exception that we left aside, because now teen vowels ko dekh ke you know that logic kya hai, you all know now. But for the second one, let's once according to the logic, let's try conjugating it. Kya hona chahiye tha? What should it have been? The laying vowel is second one. Laying vowel is O, right? And the standing vowel is E. That's right. So O and E milke kya hona chahiye? What should have been the sound that you would get? Oi, 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 oi. Should have been something like, yeah, V, oi, V, ऐसे कुछ होना चाहिए था, right? But it is not. Okay, so that's why it's an exception. It does not follow that rule, and इसका भलता ही sound है. The sound of this vowel is way. Way. So this one you have to remember because it's an exception. O and E's pair is not V, it is way. Done? All right. Yes, Sai, way means why. Now you might notice that there are two ways again. There is one more vowel which is having the same, one more pair of vowels which has the same sound, right? So what Sai is saying, the one which means Y is this one. This is the spelling of the word for Y in Korean, and this is how it's pronounced, way. But there are more vowels which sound like way as well. Just like we saw a pair of A earlier, these are two vowels which sound like way. Okay? The second one is because of an exception, whereas the fourth one is because of combination. You combine it and you got way, right? You combined and you got way like properly according to the rule. All right, three more left. All of them are regular, no exceptions. You all can try with the same logic that we did. Try karo. First one. Write the sound in the chat box finally. What will be the sound of the first one? No, Poonam, the final sound. Combine kar lo and you try yourself. What will be the final sound that you get? Okay, very few people got it. Anyone else? All right, more people are getting it. Okay, so the correct answer is V. V. Well done, all of you who wrote V there. So how does this get formed? Again, ek baar. The laying vowel is U, U, and the standing vowel is E, E. You want to say it so fast that you get a W. से चालू होने वाला sound. So we. Does it sound like we at a point? After a point, V is the sound of this vowel. Done? V. All right. Yes. And the second one, what would be the sound of that? Same thing, W sound. Yeah, some people got it. That it's a combination of the vowels oo and o. If you read this really quickly, wo, 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 wo. Wo sunne lag jata hai, right? You can hear the sound wo. That's it. The sound of this vowel is wo, wo, v, wo. Done. And the last one, similarly, will be. See how you would combine it. U and A, way. That's right, Savita got it. U and A, way. A third way we got. See, U. ठीक है? U. Other one is, this is the standing vowel A, right? A. So but U and A you read as quickly as possible. U A, U A, way. This one also sounds like way. Way. So we have 3 vowels in total which sound like way. Dekho, one was with the exception. This was due to the exception. This was the combination of O and A. Way karte. It did become out of a combination. Then U and A ko combine karke bhi got the same thing. Way. So in all, 3 vowels which sound like way. Of course, again, they will be used in different words. You cannot mix them. Jaise maine bola, this is the one. The beach wala is the one that is used to say bye. None of the other ones will be used to say bye. Right? So every word has its own spelling, but all 3 of these sound like way. Done? And that is it with all the vowels in Korean. So many, but see, only 8 you have to master properly. And then you have to remember their combinations. Utna hi hai. Any doubts you all have about these? Done? All right, perfect. Then we have Yogita is going to probably give you all a surprise. I think she talked about it. I don't know. I came late to the class. Yogita, on to you.
Yes, ma'am. So everyone, how is your session going? You can type in the chat box. Let us know. Good. Nice. Great. Excellent. That is great. Loving it. Okay, nice. Everyone is enjoying the session, right? And how many of you agree that only one session with ma'am is not enough? We do require more sessions with her. Ma'am is the best. Yes, I said she's an expert. Fabulous. Okay, how many of you agree that we do require more sessions with her? Okay, Fareha, Meera. Okay, everyone agrees. Okay, so we do have more sessions with her because it's a language, right? Only one session for a language is not enough. It's just the ABC of a session which you get in one session. So that is why we have a master class for Korean language with ma'am. So right now you will be thinking that what is the master class? When is it? What will be taught in the master class, right? So what I'll do, I will be sharing my screen to give you the details of the master class. Where is your coaching? Yeah, Archana ma'am, we are telling about the course that we have with ma'am. So I will be sharing everyone who is interested to continue their journey along with ma'am. So do watch your screen carefully, listen carefully. In case you have any doubt, we will be taking it. So don't worry. Just let me know once my screen is visible to all. It's visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a master class for Korean level 1 for absolute beginners from 24th February to 29th March, Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., in which you will be getting 10 live mastery sessions with mentorship. So what are you exactly getting in this master class? So here you will be getting more live sessions with ma'am. Just like today you are having a live session, right? So in the master class also you will be getting 10 more live sessions, regular sessions with ma'am. But along with that, you will be getting lifetime benefits. Now, what are those lifetime benefits? In the masterclass, you will get lifetime access to the session recordings with the content provided, which means everything that ma'am is going to teach you in the masterclass will be there with you forever, because you will have the recordings for lifetime, which means even after your masterclass is over, you can rewatch the recordings, you can relearn from them, and for your reference, it will always be there with you. In case you think that you might miss a live session or few minutes of a live session you might miss, don't worry, because you will have the recording of each session. Afterwards also you can watch the sessions. In case you have doubt, ma'am will be there to help you out, because you will be getting the next benefit, that is lifetime expert mentorship. Now what does that mean? As I mentioned that Siddhi ma'am is an expert, right? You will be getting her mentorship, her guidance throughout the masterclass, and even after the masterclass is over, she will be in contact with you. In case you have any doubt, she will be there to help you out. And the best part is that this is a certified masterclass, which means on the completion of the masterclass, you will get a certification from BitClass, that too signed by Siddhi ma'am. And a BitClass certification is very beneficial because BitClass has been awarded as the best app of 2021 by Google. So it gives more credibility to the certificate, adds more value to it. Now let's move on to the course content, that what will be in the masterclass. Ma'am, can you explain?
Yes. So this course is designed. Now, this is the previous syllabus that we had. It has been a bit modified a little bit, because in this workshop we have covered, but I doubt how many people will remember this by the time we start the master class. So we take everything that we learned here plus more. Pura Hangul we cover, the complete Hangul writing system in the master class in the beginning, and then we start with this portion. So I'll tell you how this is designed. This is an absolute beginner's course, like I said. So once you're comfortable with reading, and we've covered the Hangul and all, we start with really basic grammar, which is formed of like very little writing, and it's more about the concept, because you're just very new to the reading part, right? So we will start with like very simple things like introducing yourself in Korean and some words that you already said in Korean in the beginning of the class, right? You'll be learning how to write all of that. We'll be covering phrases and everything, important verbs, little grammar, and more of the speaking part. Later on, once you're really comfortable with the writing, really you start getting what the Korean language is about, then we start showing you how the sentence patterns work and how the grammar works, how you're going to inculcate different kinds of expressions in the language. And that's when I start asking you guys what exactly your goal is with the language. And depending on every person, I change their exercises sometimes. Like I'll form groups of people who are topic oriented, who want to just focus for exams, who want to focus just because of their K-drama craze, and they want to learn speaking, they want to watch dramas without subtitles. So I'll give you all different exercises, different work to do at home and everything. And then